Welcome everybody. Happy Monday. How's your weekend? How are you guys feeling? I woke up this morning to a very dreary, drizzly, rainy. It was raining harder this morning. But yeah, just one of those like dark, slow inside days. And I thought to myself, of course I'm talking about retrogrades today. Of course I'm going to describe the slowdown energy today. Let's see who's here. Diana says, hello, Jackie. Hi, Diana. Greetings, Jackie. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Lori. Welcome, welcome. Sherry says, hello, lovelies. If this is your first time with me, my name is Jacqui Mancuso. I'm joining you guys from Northern Illinois. And today's slightly different than what I normally do on Insight Timer. Today I'm going to describe all of the retrograde planets to give you a little bit of a recap of what's going on. Because we've been in this strong retrograde season and it's been building since May. And we are kind of like in the muddiest mud of the retrograde this time around. So I'm just going to go through all of the 7 celestial bodies that are retrograde. I'm going to give you some detailed information. So if you're a note taker, I'm going to give you all the dates and all the degrees that you need to know. So I recommend having paper or something to take notes on if you're one of those people. Or if you're here just to receive the energies and receive the information, you could do that as well. And then I will give a little bit of a reminder of what each retrograde planet is asking us to do or inviting us to do. When planets station retrograde, the energies slow down. It turns to more yin energy rather than yang energy. It's a time of receiving, reflecting, reviewing. So we'll go through each of the planets, talk about where they are. You can look at your own chart and see where they might be impacting your personal life. And then I'll pull some oracle cards afterwards to see just what our higher selves, what the planets, what the universe wants us to know about this time of slowdown. Good morning, Patty. Happy Monday, Christine. Yes, Christine and Jackie, soul sisters, if you guys have seen them talking about their SS here in the chat. Christine and Jackie finally met on Friday, right, guys? You guys are together, meeting for the first time. That's so exciting. So exciting. And I love that you guys are together right now and you both individually joined so you can have your autonomy and comment here. That's hilarious. You girls are awesome. So if, in general, right, like if you've been feeling like glued to the couch or you've been feeling like your legs are heavy, feeling like you cannot get the steam engine going, you're not alone. And there's nothing wrong with you. It's just the energy of the time, the quality of time that we have available to us right now. There are 7 retrograde celestial bodies. So 6 planets plus an asteroid, Chiron. So we'll review them one by one in order of when they are going to station direct. So I'm going to give you, like when they're going to station direct. We'll go in that order. Good morning, Bonnie. Hello. Was bathing the dog when we started. Well, I'm glad that Kanga's going to smell nice for us. Ainsley, all right, you get it. It's not just me. Phew. Jennifer, good morning. Nice to see you. We each have devices in our hands. Ugh, it's like you guys are hanging out in 2023 or something. So, I'm going to show you a snippet. No, is it? Can you even tell? I don't know. So this is what I do in like Capricorn season. I go through, I've only done this once, but I really liked it. So this is my natal chart and I make all these notes, right? So this is just really easy to see. This yellow line right here, that's where Jupiter is transiting this year. And then I make a little note that Jupiter is going to be retrograde from these dates to these dates, 15 to 5 degrees. So then I can like look at my chart and see what's happening. So I recommend if you have a chart printed out, you can like make some notes on it. I don't know. It's fun to see how it's impacting your specific chart. That's just what I do. There's an option. Here we go. Pens and papers out, notes if you want. We'll start with Mercury. So Mercury is retrograde right now. Mercury stationed retrograde on August 23rd, and he's about to station direct on September 15th. So he started at 12 degrees of Virgo, and he is going to retrograde back to 8 degrees of Virgo, and he's currently at 9 degrees right now. So I'm going to give you those specifics for each of the planets if you want to take a look at like where they've been moving in your chart, where they are right now, and then get a feel for maybe what the energies have been bringing to you since they started their retrograde. Mercury retrograde is a time to review anything in your mind. Mercury controls the mind, communication, your thoughts. So Mercury is a time of reviewing your thought patterns, reviewing your beliefs, reflecting on ideas that you have about life, about things that you want to do, about beliefs, just ideas in general. It's a time of chewing on and sitting with details about things. And we've already been in Mercury retrograde for the majority of his retrograde. On Friday, this upcoming Friday, it's go time to implement these ideas, to start the new thing that you may have been reflecting on since the end of August. So Mercury retrograde, I feel like we talk about it a lot. It is the most common retrograde. Mercury retrogrades 3 or 4 times pretty much every year. So I'm going to kind of leave it at that. That's what Mercury retrograde is all about. He will station direct on September 15th. Hello, Fabiana. Good morning, Melissa. Diana, a lot of square energy. Yeah. Elisa. Yes, she asked, can you repeat the degrees? Mercury started his retrograde at 12 Virgo, and he is going back to 8 Virgo. He's currently at 9 Virgo. So Mercury retrograde will be over on Friday. You're in the clear. The next retrograde that will be ending is Pluto. So Pluto's retrograde, this one is the one that kicked off our retrograde season, what we're in right now, I think. Pretty sure. He started his retrograde on May 1st. So Pluto has already been moving backwards for quite some time. He will end his retrograde on the 10th of October. So we have just about one more month of Pluto retrograde. He started his retrograde at 0 degrees of Aquarius. So he just dipped his toe into Aquarius. And I kind of got this energy like, nope, I still have some unfinished business in Capricorn. So he will move his way back to 27 degrees of Capricorn. Pluto is currently at 28 of Capricorn. So the way that I feel Pluto retrograde, so retrogrades are always about reviewing. Pluto in Capricorn is how you structured yourself, reviewing what limits and boundaries you've placed on yourself. Pluto retrograde is the energy of digging to the depths of our insides, of the limits, that I'm saying limits and boundaries because that's the Capricorn energy. Pluto is what digs. Pluto is what exposes. Pluto is what investigates. So digging to the depths inside of yourself around the Capricorn themes of structure, rules, limitations. So how have you been structuring yourself in general in life? What are your boundaries? Get to the bottom of, are they healthy boundaries? Are they serving your highest good, or are they kind of protecting your ego? You know what I'm saying? Around a month from now, on October 10th, when Pluto stations direct, that's when it is time to take action on empowering and reinforcing the structures that are beneficial to you. I'm trying to see this as like a house project, like reinforcing the, I just lost my words. What's it called when you like only put up the joists, like reinforcing the joists of your inner makeup. Like maybe adding some duct tape where things may have been starting to crack, but ooh, no, that's a good one. I really like where that structure comes from. I really like that boundary. I'm going to reinforce it when Pluto stations direct. Hello, Kay. Good morning, Nikki, as well. So that's Pluto retrograde. Again, I've talked about all these in other Insight Timer sessions when the planets did actually station retrograde. So today's just like a quick review to let you know all of these and all the dates so you can get back on track with all of this. Diane says, explains why I left a 3-year relationship with bad boundaries and not in my alignment. Thank you for sharing that. That's an example of what Pluto will bring up during his retrograde. Someone else I know was talking about having this whole revelation about boundaries the other day, like, I suddenly know what they are, and I know what I want, and I know where my boundary lies. So Pluto retrograde in Capricorn can allow you to get to the bottom, Pluto, of where your boundaries lie, to have like that deeper understanding. So then when Pluto stations direct, that's when his like empowerment phase comes, because Pluto likes to dig up, show you all the nasty. Here it all is. Here's the good, the bad, the ugly. Here's all of it. And then when he stations direct, he'll kind of take what's meant to stay and boost it up for you. So if it's been a difficult time, just trust that in about a month, he'll be empowering what is serving your highest good. The next retrograde planet we have is Saturn. Saturn stationed retrograde on June 17th, and he will station direct on November 4th. Saturn started his retrograde at 7 degrees of Pisces, and he's working his way back to 0 degrees of Pisces. Currently, he's at 2 degrees of Pisces. So when I was sitting with this Saturn retrograde in Pisces, I was getting similar themes to the Capricorn because Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. So I was feeling that similar Pluto retrograde in Capricorn feel. Saturn retrograde through Pisces feels like reflecting on your spiritual structure. Pisces spiritual, Capricorn structure. So I see this as a time of reviewing your spiritual practices, your techniques that you use to connect within, connect above, maybe the things that you spend your time doing every day to be a devoted spiritual person, whatever that means to you, and then asking yourself, is this type of meditation serving me? Have you been structured to one type of meditation for a period of time? Like, is that still working for you? It's okay to say yes. It's also okay to say no. This is just a time of questioning and asking and reflecting. Are you a person who tries a different meditation every day, every time you sit down? Is that serving you? If yes, awesome. If not, it's okay to change. Another question that came up during Saturn retrograde through Pisces, do I really need to pull a card for myself every single morning? Or is this something that I might just need to turn to when I need a question answered? Or would it help me to pull a card every morning to start my day off with that little bit of guidance, with that little bit of structure? Reflecting on, do I want more or less structure with my spiritual practices? What works best for me? That's what I feel strongly with the Saturn retrograde through Pisces. We will have that retrograde for about almost 2 months, a month and a half-ish, until November 4th. So I advise you to continue just not not evaluating like to scrutinize, but I invite you to evaluate, like, what am I doing? How am I connecting? Who am I connecting to? Am I connecting with my higher self? Am I connecting with source? Am I connecting with a trusted spirit guide? Am I connecting with an animal spirit? And just sit with, is this working for my highest good? Not to say you have to change up your whole routine. You know, you might discover that some things really are working for you. And if they are, awesome, hang on to them. If it's something that you feel like you're doing out of obligation because a teacher recommended that you do it, maybe it's time to let that go and allow practices that do serve your highest good to come in for you. I know on here I share a lot of my practices, and I do so because I've tried a whole lot of stuff, and I'm just telling you guys what works for me. That doesn't mean it's necessarily going to work for everyone. So just know that about yourself and your practice. Just because something worked for someone else doesn't necessarily mean it's the best thing for you, but give it a shot. You know, why not? Neptune retrograde. We have so many retrograde planets right now. All of these things are happening right now. Neptune retrograde started on June 30th. He will be retrograde until December 6th. Neptune began his retrograde at 27 degrees of Pisces, and he is working his way back to 24 degrees of Pisces. He's currently at 26 of Pisces. So Neptune is god of the seas. He rules our dreams, our illusions, our subconscious. I see Neptune retrograde as reflecting upon our dreams and desires. What future do you see when you put on those rose-colored glasses? Like, what are you hoping to manifest in your life? Or what illusions do you see? What illusions are you viewing your future through? Sit with it. You have until December 6th to sit with those questions. I feel like those are huge questions. And then I remember when I talked about this here on Insight Timer, I talked about how Neptune entered Pisces in 2012. So he's been there for over a decade. And this is a time of reviewing and reflecting on how your dreams and desires have changed over the last decade. It's okay to have a new dream. It's okay to realize that as you heal yourself, you might desire new things. You might dream about a new world as your inner world heals, if that makes sense. And I also want to mention all of these previous sessions that I'm talking about, they're all on my YouTube channel. So you can go back, just search Jacqui Mancuso on YouTube, and you can watch the whole video for all of these retrogrades when they started. I'm throwing the dates around, and I usually talk about the retrograde planets like the day of or the day before that they station retrograde, so you can use that as a reference. But yeah, what did you desire for your future in 2012, if you can think back to that far, or even like throughout the last decade? What have you seen when you put on I say rose-colored glasses, it's like you're looking through the best version of potentiality. Like, what did you used to see? What do you see now? Has it changed? It's okay for them to change. It's okay also to understand that sometimes the illusion that you see the world through can change. Especially, I mean, I know a lot of awakening has happened in the last few years, so you may have had this obscured view of reality that is now different, and Neptune retrograde just gives you a time to sit back and reflect on, wow, I do see the whole thing completely differently. I love asking myself, like, what illusions am I still seeing? What am I still not seeing clearly? Because it's exciting to me, because I've woken up to so many things that I thought I was seeing clearly, and now I'm not. And it's that childlike wonder, like, ooh, what else am I looking at the wrong way? Like, what else am I seeing that's not reality? Julie says, my dreams change and blossom as I become more healthy emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. I love that. It's beautiful. Change and blossom. Yeah, the less healed you are inside, that's when I feel like Neptune gives you more of that illusionary dystopia view on the world. At least that's how it was personally, when I had a lot of stuff inside that I was refusing to look at. I saw the world as very negative, very dystopian, it's never going to work out. It's just, everything just sucks. And then as I began working on the inside and I began working with my inner child and soothing what she went through that was out of her control and just doing a whole lot of various healing work, my dreams, the way that I view reality, has completely done a 180. And now I see the potential in everything. Whatever you desire to manifest is yours. It's all about a mindset and a worldview. But I love that Julie brought that up. As you become more healthy, your dreams change. Love it. Chiron is retrograde as well right now. Chiron is the wounded healer. He's an asteroid. If you've never heard of him, get to know him. He has a lot of help for you in your own chart. Chiron stationed retrograde on July 23rd. And he will remain retrograde until December 26th. He started his retrograde at 19 degrees of Aries. He is moving his way back to 15 degrees of Aries. And currently, Chiron is at 18 of Aries. What I feel with Chiron retrograde is deep inner healing. Deep inner healing. Chiron retrograde is a time of healing your inability to be independent through using your independence. So I'll say that again. Chiron retrograde is a time of healing your inability to be independent through using your independence. So this causes me to ask, what area of your life, what part of your life, do you feel like you need others? Where do you feel like you can't do it yourself? Or you need the guidance in order to move forward? You need the assistance from someone else. You need the support from someone else. Not saying that we're here to be 100% ourselves, but Chiron in Aries causes us to feel like we have this wound of independence, but he wants us to heal our independence. So Chiron retrograde in Aries gives us the opportunity to heal self-limiting beliefs by healing yourself, by proving to yourself that you can achieve great things on your own, your way. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Aries is the sign of self, independence, doing it first, doing it your way without help from anyone else. Chiron retrograde in Aries might bring up some areas where we feel like we can't do it ourselves, which is, it's true for an amount of time because that's your time to heal. You can do anything yourself, right? I also believe that we all need community. Like, we do need to have that support, but we shouldn't only be able to do things with the support of others. You know what I'm saying? This is a time to find and fuel your independence. How do you want to do your life? What do you want for yourself? Taking your power back, right? So, people that I work with, right? Like my students, my clients, I give them their full independence. I love boosting up my clients, letting them know, like, you know how to do all this. I'll be here to support you. I'm not here to heal you. This is Chiron and Aries energy. Like, do it yourself, and I'll be here clapping and guiding. But I'm not going to do it for you, if that makes sense. So that's what this Chiron retrograde in Aries is helping us heal. What do I feel like if I don't have support, I would fail? that's the area of your life, and that might be reflected in whatever house 15 to 19 degrees of Aries is within. That might, and I just kicked myself in the butt because I thought about my chart when I said that. That might be the area of your life right now that Chiron is maybe forcing you into some independence, maybe pushing away other people who would have supported you in that area to prove you can do it on your own. You don't need support. Support feels great. Support helps, but you don't need it. I'm feeling like codependency right now, if you know what I mean. Diane, your Chiron is at 20 degrees of Aries. Interesting that like Chiron was on his way to have his return with you, with your natal Aries, and now he's like, nah, let's review this before we come back. I feel like that Chiron return for you is going to be huge, Diane. Very empowering, personal empowerment, I feel. How's that sitting with the Embody Astrology members, asks Bonnie. Who else is here? Jackie, Christine, Kay's here. Jen's here. Chiron, retrograde in Aries, inner healing of your independence. We have two more. Two more, and then we'll get to some cards. Jackie's having a lot of aha thoughts. Cool. Jupiter stationed retrograde just a few days ago. So this one's fresh. Jupiter stationed retrograde on September 4th and will be retrograde until December 30th. So for the rest of this year. Jupiter started his retrograde at 15 degrees of Taurus, and he's working his way back to 5 degrees of Taurus. He's still at 15. He hasn't been able to move back that full degree yet. So Jupiter retrograde expands within. Retrograde is a time of reflecting on the luck and the luck and abundance that we've already received. Jupiter is the planet of luck and abundance, and we hold a lot of it within ourselves. Jupiter retrograde invites us to expand upon those themes, to find those themes within. This time around Taurus themes. Taurus rules our resources. So you can look at resources as physical, tangible things. How much money have I called in that I am maybe not looking at because I have some limiting beliefs on money, and I don't want to spend it, but it's there, but I have it, but I think I don't have it. So you can sit with those kinds of themes. But what I like more about this Jupiter retrograde in Taurus is reflecting on what skills do I have that I can utilize to call in that physical abundance. Taurus is our resources, and our resources are our skills. What comes easiest to you? What do you naturally find yourself doing for enjoyment? What do you find yourself doing that makes you happy that you can use to help others? Example, I can sit in this room and meditate for 5 hours a day and just find new ways to dive into shadow work and heal myself and pulling cards to look for messages and journaling and all this stuff. And I love working on myself. So I'm using that skill of having the comfortability and the patience to dig and explore. And now I'm using that skill to help others. So I invite you to think of the same thing. What do you do? One of my clients loves fixing up her house, the DIY projects, the woodworking, the putting in new cabinets and doing this. And now she's using that to help others. What's something that you like to do? What do you do when you're avoiding your obligations? That's not just scrolling on your phone. Like, what is an actual hobby that you do when you're procrastinating? That's a good question to ask. Are you cooking? Are you gardening? Are you sewing? Those are all very interesting. Are you welding? Are you fixing your car? Are you landscaping? What are the things that bring you joy that you're already doing? Jupiter retrograde wants you in Taurus. Jupiter retrograde in Taurus wants to help you expand inside how all of that makes you feel, and to help kind of like illuminate what that is for you, what comes easy to you, because the things that come easy to us are what we typically take for granted, assuming that they come easily to everyone. They don't. They don't. There's a reason it's easy for you, because that's what you were set up with to bring into this universe. We are all a unique puzzle piece. I'll leave it at that. There you go, Milan. Milan loves hiking, and you've helped others lose weight. That's amazing. You can forest bathe. You ever heard of forest bathing? It's a Japanese technique, Asian somewhere technique, and I don't know much about it, but that came to mind when you were talking about that. Forest bathing is giving people a bath in the forest, quote unquote bath, right? Just bathing in nature. Love it. Jana loves restoring furniture and gardening. How can you teach that skill to others? How can you use that skill to serve others? Sitting on Insight Timer 1? Oh, sitting on Insight Timer 1? But what are you getting from this, right? So is it the learning that comes easy to you? Is it the insights, like digesting and processing the insights that you get on Insight Timer? Is it listening, right? Does this speak to your listening skills? Do you love listening to other people? What do you get? Try to take it one step deeper. Milan forest bath. Oh yes, and drinking moon water from the full moon. Same. Make gallons and gallons of moon water, and then bring your little one-on-one or group into the forest and drink the moon water while you forest bathe. That sounds awesome. Brenda, listening with presence and love to others and reflecting back to them what I've heard to help them reflect and grow. I love that you brought that up, Brenda. Listening is a huge skill. It's a skill. How many people in your life do you feel like don't hear you? Might be because they don't have the gift of listening. How many people in your life can you think of where you speak with them and you come out of the conversation just like, they heard me. They heard me, they listened to me, they validated me, they know what I'm talking about. They didn't just tell me what they think I want to hear, they heard me. It's a huge skill. Sherry just started a course on forest bathing. Oh, cool. Can't remember the teacher's name, but I'm loving it. That's awesome, Sherry. Interesting. Melissa, your son, one in ear and out the other. That's really funny. Kay had my first experience with reading tarot cards for others at a festival this weekend and felt how much I truly enjoy reading the messages. Lovely. That's awesome, Kay. Nice job. Festival experiences are really cool. I worked a festival this weekend too, and it's always fun to like put your skills to the test and see how newbies are gonna take you. Melissa loves to clean and declutter. I used to not be like this. Now I use this skill to help friends. Love that. I'll be honest. I mean, I can clean, but it's my least favorite thing to do. We've thought about it so many times of like hiring someone to clean our house. That's it. You have that skill. You love to clean and declutter. I also don't love to declutter. I will because I don't want it to get out of hand, but like I'm a Taurus. I like my things. I have this. That's Taurus. I have. Yeah, it's funny. Bonnie says, Melissa, please come over. Hannah, I've learned that my calming energy is a skill to my clients and those around me that feel more chaotic. And for you, it's probably second nature. Oh, I'm just calm. I'm just calm. Why aren't you calm? And other people are like, duh. That's funny. Bonnie likes decluttering and organizing. Don't like cleaning. Interesting. Christine loves setting up bird sanctuaries. I would love to lead people on hikes out west and stop to do yoga poses and feel the earth, the trees, and beauty in general. Do it. If you build it, they will come. If you follow your joy, they will come. And this is, I think this is what I was talking about on the Insight Timer about Jupiter retrograde. If you just follow the big picture, I think that's where us humans get ourselves in trouble sometimes, is we have this analytical mind that animals don't have, right? Animals just follow their intuition all the time and they don't process. And I think a lot of places we think that this processing is helping us, but a lot of times it's holding us back from receiving lots of abundance and assistance. So like I'm using Christine as an example. Start a group. Maybe have one person the first time, maybe have 3 people the next time, maybe go back down to 1 person the next time. But like, if you're doing what brings you joy, the universe is here to figure out the details for you. Milan, I'm the 27th of April. I love it. So what skills do you have that you can utilize to call in abundance? Jupiter is helping expand that within you. And this kind of, until December 30th, this also ties in a little bit to the Uranus retrograde that we're in. And Uranus is the last planet that we're going to talk about. They tie together. So let's talk about Uranus retrograde. He started his retrograde on August 28th. So we're very fresh into Uranus retrograde as well. He will be retrograde until January 27th of 2024. He started his retrograde at 23 degrees of Taurus, and he's going to make his way back to 19 degrees of Taurus. You're welcome, Christine. Speaking from personal experience about that overthinking part. Uranus is still at 23 degrees of Taurus. He hasn't budged anywhere yet. Uranus retrograde, inner retrograde, Uranus radical change, inner radical change. Revelations coming out of left field, inside of yourself, in your inner world. Discovering something within that's shocking. Shocking can be perceived as good or bad. And I'm feeling this. So this is something like a belief can surface that you didn't think was possible. This could be finding out something about yourself, your ancestry, your makeup, your physical DNA, just something, your body, that you're just like, whoa, what? I'm a witch? I just watched Bewitched last night, the Will Ferrell movie. Yeah, just something. Uranus is like that left field radical, the rug gets pulled out from under your feet, like, what? So in tandem with that Jupiter retrograde, we're talking about expanding our skills because both of these planets are retrograde through Taurus. What skill, Taurus, what skill do you possess that is so unique, Uranus? What is it that makes you authentically you that you can expand upon in this incarnation? I invite you to look for that, especially this Uranus retrograde. Like, what makes you unique? What do you have that other people don't? I find a lot, and this might, I don't know, I find a lot that I hear people talking about what they don't have, comparing themselves to others as far as they have that, I don't have that. Flip it. Do the exact opposite. It's okay to celebrate yourself as long as you're not saying that, like, I'm better than you because of this. That's where that dynamic, I think, gets a little tricky. But I think a lot of us are very slow to celebrate what we are good at because we've been told that that's pompous or that's conceited or that's being full of yourself. Be full of yourself because you're awesome. What are you amazing at? What do you do that is great? What are you so good at that is just you? What do you have that other people don't have? It's okay to expand on that. I have Yeah, I have 2 decks, and I want to get to the cards because I've been blabbing about retrogrades for a long time. Let me see what you guys are saying real quick. Melissa says, at my job, everyone is happy I'm here due to my cleaning and organizing skills. Love that. Sherry, I was shocked when I figured out I was a witch. Now 3 people have told me. I love how spirit confirms for us. That's awesome. Love it. Love it, love it. Is Uranus retrograde more significant than Mercury? Quick answer, no. They all hold the same importance. It's just on how they impact you specifically. So if you came late in the middle of this, I'll put this replay up on YouTube in a little bit. Because I gave a lot of details, I gave a lot of dates, I gave a lot of degrees, and I invite you to take your chart and maybe do something similar to what I did and just mark it up. Oops, excuse me. Just mark it up. Just put little, like this is the whole, it's like that's where stuff's moving through that. I just like the physical notes. So just a suggestion. Okay, I'm learning to recognize all that I bring to the table. It's definitely something that I'm very new at, actually seeing the strengths I hold within. That's great. It's new. It's weird. But how else are you going to shine your brightest light if you don't allow yourself to celebrate yourself? Chiron retrograde in Aries. Gain your independence. Do you need other people to validate you? Do you need other people to tell you how great you are? I know I do sometimes. And it's okay to check in with other people to say, like, am I nuts? Am I being too hard on myself? Like, can you tell me, am I good at this? But you should have that, It's beneficial to have that skill within yourself so you can boost yourself up without other people giving you compliments all the time. Milan, very good at judging people's intents, if they have people at their best interest or not. I can pick apart things most don't notice. That's a skill. We want to know, what does it mean to be a witch? That could be a perspective thing. It can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Sherry, would you like to share? Bonnie, I moved into this house a couple months ago. They left at least 10 brooms here in the garage, so I am now the witch. Have you tried mounting it yet, Bonnie? You never know, right? Have you tried wiggling your nose, pulling on your ear? I'm not mocking the witch thing. I'm just teasing because I just watched Bewitched last night. I fully believe that anyone is anything in this lifetime. Whatever resonates with you, that's what you are. Embody it, embrace it, own it. If people make fun of you for it, that's their self-limiting beliefs because they don't think that they can do it. Who cares? Maybe they're not supposed to do it. Maybe you're only supposed to do it. All right, 2 decks, 2 questions. First deck, 3 cards. Group reading all the time. I'm starting to rush because I just noticed the time. I'm going to try to get you guys out of here within the hour, so within 15 minutes, but we'll see. I don't want to rush too fast. We are in retrograde season after all. So using the Healing Waters Oracle, how can we best utilize this strong retrograde energy? Yeah, we're going to go over today because I have a little bit more to say about the retrograde, which I didn't say because I was going to skip it to get to the deck, but it has to do with why I'm using this deck. So really, really quick, we have those 7 retrograde planets. 4 planets are retrograding through earth signs. 2 planets are retrograding through water signs. And then Lonely Chiron is retrograding through fire, Aries. So 6 out of those 7, we have the 4 earth, 2 water. Those are all feminine. A lot of feminine retrogrades right now. Feminine already is the receptive, the yin, the receiving, the surrendering. What are we receiving right now? Feminine. What are we surrendering right now? Feminine. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. We all have feminine and masculine energies within us. The universe right now is calling for all of us to reflect on our feminine, receptive, surrendering energies. So that's why I chose the Healing Waters, because water is a feminine element. How can we best utilize this strong retrograde energy? always do group readings, so feel free to send your energy into this deck as you ask how to best utilize this strong retrograde energy. And as I shuffle, I intend to pull 3 cards for the collective that are in alignment with the highest good of all. And then I'm going to show you the backs of the cards, so you're going to see the exact same image 3 times. I'm not asking you to tell me what looks good. I'm inviting you to tune into your intuition to see if any of the cards speak to you differently than the others. If nothing feels different, the whole reading is just equally for you. If one of the cards or 2 of the cards feel just a little bit different, or if something in your physical environment changes, it might have a stronger meaning for you, but if not, just go with the whole reading. Here's the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. I'll show them one more time, but let us know in the chat which ones. Sherry says, I'm an earth witch, work with herbs and seasons and cycles of the moon. It's much more than that, but that's basic. Would you call yourself a green witch? I heard about that, and I don't know what that is too much yet, but it was intriguing. How can we best utilize this strong retrograde energy? Once again, card number 1. Card number 2. Card number 3. Jacqui, of course you guys have that deck with you. All right, let's see. Jackie's working with 2, Nikki 1, Julie 1, Bonnie, look at the triangles. Brenda 1, Elisa 1, Bonnie 2, Christine 3, Dan 2, Neaton 2, Carol 3, Gretchen 2, Win 1, John 2 and 3, Sandy 2, Kay 3. Looked like the water was shifting, almost like a portal surrounding the center. Interesting. Elisa also 3. Jana 1 and 3, Sherry 1. Oh, the triangle on the box. It's a different kind of, that's cool. Is that what you're talking about? Or other triangles, or that triangle? Diane, definitely 2. The tea kettle talked both times you showed it. That's cool. Lori's working with all. Berna 2, Karen 1, Suzanne 1 and 3. 3 gave me a big shudder. Stephanie, none of them stood out for me. That's okay. Yvonne, all the cards. My cat was, what? My cat was close to be licked my face. Oh, your cat almost licked your face for 2 and sat down for 3. Interesting. Oh, we're gathering the green witches today. Angie's a green witch. My magic is in the food I serve. I do my best to listen to my guides and pull cards and can see and hear ghosts. The only rule is do no harm. No other rules, do what you want. I love that. I think I live very close to that. Do no harm. Do what you want. Gretchen also got a shudder for 2. All right, so how can we best utilize the strong retrograde energy? Card number 1 brings us cleansing. Sorry. Releasing the old, energetic tune-up, new beginnings. Water has been deeply associated with both physical and spiritual cleansing since ancient times. We use water to cleanse our day away as we bathe, and many of the world's faith traditions use water as a means of spiritual purification, from immersion in holy rivers to baptism and ritual baths. Pilgrims around the world journey to numerous sites for the healing and cleansing qualities of their waters. The water in the grounds of Japan's Hongu Shengen Taisha, a Shinto shrine at the foot of Mount Fuji, is seen as both deeply holy and self-purifying. Flowing from the melting snow at the volcano mountain's summit, it forms washing pools that call people to them from near and far. Many believe that these pools are very mystical and powerful. Local legend says that the depth of the pool waters magically changes according to the size of the person who enters them, adapting to the level of their submergence. While visiting the healing water sites of the world is an incredible thing to do, we don't need to travel to experience the healing and cleansing power of water for ourselves. You probably already use water in this way, although perhaps not consciously. As you shower or bathe, or as you wash your hands, consider the water and call on it to support you by washing away what's coming to an end or is no longer in alignment, leaving space for what you would like to birth anew. So what I'm getting from this card, if card number 1 was resonating with you, how can you utilize the retrograde energies? A time of cleansing what is not serving your highest good anymore. Retrogrades can bring up a lot of stuff because you're reflecting, you're pondering, you're sitting with, and you might find some things inside that you're like, whoa, I've been carrying this for a long time and I'm not a big fan of it. I see this card utilizing your physical shower, or when you wash your hands, or if you bathe, or if you are a swimmer, using the water physically to intend that it wash away anything that's coming up during this retrograde. And even if it's things that you haven't yet consciously found, intending that anything that is meant to go, that is meant to be released, that is meant to be surrendered. We were just talking about those. Anything that's meant to be surrendered, just allowing the physical water to let that go. Let's see what the other cards bring out as well. Card number 2, how can we best utilize the strong retrograde energy? Clear waters, clear vision, confirmation, right timing, opportunity. Everything is coming together and supporting you right now. Potency is present. Alignment has arrived. Potential is here. The waters before you are crystal clear, and what you're stepping into is of the highest potency. You know the way forward. There are clear seas ahead. Keep facing your true north and proceed onward. This is a wonderful card with a very positive message. It suggests that something's come into your life that's a great big yes. Or you've been working on bringing things into alignment and are stepping into that now. A creative project, a new relationship, a new home, a new phase of life. Whatever it is you've been manifesting or longing for, it seems that you are clear about what you want and it's coming to fruition. This card comes with positivity, confirmation, and a lot of promising potential. You're supported on your journey, and everything is opening up for you. Keep your gaze ahead of you and don't get distracted by what others are doing or by other things you could be doing. You know what you do and have been working for this for a long time. Enjoy this moment. Embrace the clarity and the vision and receive all that you've created and will continue to create for yourself and the world. So what I'm getting from this card very strongly is that energy of feminine, receptive, receiving, surrendering. So clear waters, things are coming. What you've intended to manifest is coming. Sometimes the process, the final step of manifestation is what we forget. Our society, if you're in America, has kind of brainwashed us into the constant yang, constant masculine, constant action, hustle culture, gotta keep going, gotta keep doing. Manifestations usually happen when you say, all right, universe, I've done my part. I've put in the work. I've set the intention. I've put in the work. Now it's time for me to surrender it so that you can surprise me. Look how bright it got. I know I moved my hands in front of the camera, but like, look how bright the screen got when I did that. Things are coming when you stop trying. It's not to say set the intention and surrender. It's a delicate balance that it's up to you to learn. But I'm working with this strongly now, setting the intention, which we do have a new moon in a few days, and that's a good time to set an intention. Put the work in that is necessary, and that's where the balance is to be found. It's delicate. There might be too little, there might be too much, but doing your part and then surrendering and allowing the universe to do its part. So how to utilize the retrograde energy? This is telling me it's time to like stop. Let it show up for you. How does that feel? Oh, Christine says the card looks 3D. That's cool. Diane, on point. Officially launching my virtual assistant business this week after 2 years. It's been a creative and timely manifestation experience. I love it. I love it. That's awesome, Diane. Congratulations. Jackie loves it, loves it, loves it. Jay says it feels good. Amy, you are so welcome. I keep getting, Rachel, little fear spikes running through my heart while you were reading the last card. Is that excitement? Is that excitement? Excitement and fear usually feel the same. Dan, I have just moved to a different country and I am in the process of setting up a yoga and Pilates class. Made posters, advertising on Facebook, etc. You've done a lot of work. That's why I feel like we're so, and I'm speaking generally, right? We Americans, whatever, typical society, we are so trained to be hustle. And there's benefit in the hustle, but it's not supposed to be hustle 100% of the time. When do you get to rest? When do you get to receive? When do you get to celebrate what you've already sown? When do you get to harvest? We are coming up on autumn and the solstice, time of harvest, time of just collecting what you've already grown and nurtured. We've been bred this way since kindergarten. Yes, good job sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day being productive. Why do you think I work for myself now? Card number 3, how can we best utilize this strong retrograde energy is the ripple effect. Part of something bigger, details are taken care of. You don't say details are taken care of. Weren't we just saying something like that? When wind blows onto water, ripples are formed. If the wind is consistent and strong enough, those ripples become waves, and those waves have the potential to gather momentum every step of the way. This card delivers the message of the ripple soon to become a wave. You are playing your part in the collective ocean of change. Maybe you know the part you play, or perhaps it's not clear. Your role in the collective ocean matters, and you are having an impact by the way you're showing up to your path. The ripple effect card could be a sign that a project or creation is becoming a bigger success than you may have previously thought it would be. Or it could be a sign that you are part of something much bigger than just you. Perhaps you are one drop in a giant ocean, part of a constellation of souls here to create an impact on this world. The momentum is building. The details are being taken care of. Something is swelling and growing. Don't get lost in the details. Rather, trust that momentum is building and will continue to do so. Swim your own race. Don't look around you. Something's happening and you are an important part of it. Success and momentum are on their way. So here's the cover of the deck. What this card is calling me to reflect on is what I was talking about with the Jupiter and Uranus retrograde. What comes so easily to you? What brings you joy? What are you naturally talented at? What do you want to do? If money wasn't a thing, what would you be doing with all of your time? Every time you engage in that act, you're set up to be good at something or to enjoy doing something for a reason. Nothing's a coincidence. Everything has intention. So let's just say it's cooking, because that's been coming up a lot here today. Let's just say that like cooking is what you would do. Every time you cook a meal and you serve love through your food, you're creating a ripple. Imagine how much bigger the ripple of love would be if you chose to do that like with not all of your time, but you chose to do what you enjoyed over what was obligated of you because you have to fit into a society. We'll put it that way. I think this Uranus retrograde is getting to me. My inner rebel is being so expanded today. Just keep dipping your toe into that joy, and every time you dip your toe into it, it creates a ripple. The more ripples, the bigger of an impact you have on the collective consciousness. Don't forget how important you are for the collective. We all have a role to play. We're all a unique puzzle piece. I feel like I'm rushing, and I apologize. I do have one more card that I want to pull. But how can we best utilize the strong retrograde energy? Allow the retrograde energy to cleanse what you've been hanging on to, maybe that you're reflecting on and reviewing on right now isn't in alignment with you, to clear the waters. What was this one about? Clear vision confirmation. Yeah, to clear the waters, to receive what you've been working towards. There's more coming. I need to slow down. Cleanse what bad habits you might have picked up as you've been pushing, forcing the life you want. Cleanse it out. Cleanse the need to overdo out of anxiety so that you can clear the waters for the universe to deliver your blessings that you so deserve. You so deserve these blessings. I think it's time to slow down and let those, there's a word that I'm not finding yet. Like forceful, like controlling. Like, I need this outcome. This is the outcome I need. I have to do it this way. F it. You've done your work. The universe knows what you want. Let it bring it into you. And maybe even that little bit of surrender will cause a ripple effect. And that will help you see that you don't have to try so hard all of the time. The ripple of receiving through surrender instead of receiving through constant action. Maybe that is a ripple effect that will resonate into your life, right? Bringing it into the future, being able to receive more through surrender, and rippling through the collective, letting other people see that they've set the intention, they've done the work, they've cleared out what doesn't serve them. It's time to receive. How cool would that be if we all got to relax a little bit more and still got to be abundant and happy? All of us, not just a select few, all of us. I'm also going to ask what we are learning about our feminine energy. And I'm going to use good old Ask Your Guides to ask our guides, what are we learning about our feminine energy during this retrograde season? So thank you for sticking around if you've been here for over the hour, hanging out with us. Feel free to send your energy into Ask Your Guides. What are we learning about our feminine energy as 6 out of the 7 all of the planets that are retrograde right now are in feminine signs. Retrograde is an asteroid. He's in a masculine sign. The rest of them are feminine. What are we learning about our feminine energy? If you've been enjoying today's session, if it's been beneficial for you, if you'd like to offer an energy exchange, you may do so in the form of a donation. They're always appreciated, never expected. They do help me carve out more time in my day to come here on Insight Timer to give all this freely for you guys. If you would like to exchange energy in another way, you can always just support me internetly, right? Commenting on my posts, following me on my socials, following me on Insight Timer, liking and commenting on my YouTube stuff. Yeah, it's all an exchange. Energy in, energy out. It doesn't have to equal one thing or another. So if you want to get in touch with me, you can hop onto my teacher profile, and I have the link for my link tree in my bio. There you can find a link to my YouTube channel, or you can just search my name on YouTube. Pretty easy to find. My Facebook is also my name, and then my business is Lakeside Living, if you want to look up Lakeside Living with my name, and it's a whole thing. But you can work with me one-on-one. I do this kind of work, tarot cards, oracle cards, astrology, a whole bunch of stuff, all donation-based. So find my link tree. You can find my website, lakesidelivinghealer.com, and then look at all the things I do, and if you need some help, let me know, and we can work together. Yeah, so like the recap of all this will be on YouTube, and likewise, our good friend Bonnie helps in my group that I have on Insight Timer, our group. It's called Our Spiritual Community. You can get the link for that group also in my Insight Timer teacher profile. Bonnie puts the text descriptions of the reading in our spiritual community, so it's another quick way to just review. Thank you guys so much. Jonna, Yvonne, Christine, Jackie, Charlotte, Gretchen, John, Bonnie, Karen, Sandy. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I much appreciate your donations. Stephanie, there is a water theme for me today. It's raining, only the 4th time since the end of April. I woke up and thought, go for a walk, just waiting for my phone to charge, otherwise I would have been out already. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. This card, grateful for you too, Yvonne, thank you. This card is telling us what we're learning about our feminine energy. Feminine, receptive, yin, intake, surrender. Yin. It's my favorite card, Bonnie. Number 45, life force. This comes from Aphrodite. The keywords of this card are seduction, libido, sexuality, and attraction. Your sexuality is awake and on fire, and your lustier appetites are in search of satisfaction. You are attractive, seductive, and powerful, and a green light of availability to a sexual partner is flashing. This is what makes the world go round, and nothing is more intriguing and exciting than your life force asserting itself. The key to enjoying this fiery essence is containment. You must control and direct your life force energy, rather than allow it to control and overwhelm you. Otherwise, you can become mindlessly addicted to your senses, which can be debilitating and enslaving. Delight in your sensual self, but be discriminating about where it leads you. Use your judgment. Raw life force is best partnered with reason and the greater force of love to bring you to the heightened state of ecstasy you seek. Trust the sensual goddess Aphrodite as she unleashes your passions, but respect her as well. Her message for you: use your fiery passions creatively, not destructively. What are we learning about our feminine energy? Your life force energy is on fire. You have You have sensual desires, right? This could be sensual desires with a partner. This could be food. This could be escapism. Using your physical senses. What are we learning about our physical energy? What do you guys get from this? This card, I was very sarcastic when I said this is my favorite card. This keeps coming up because it makes me uncomfortable. I'm drawing a blank, guys. This is embarrassing. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What are we learning about our feminine energy? Use your life force as a magnet. That's what I'm getting. It's strong. Know what you want. Use it as a magnet, but use discernment to not just take in anything that makes you feel good about yourself. Taking in what is for your highest good, not just because you're trying to fill a void. Christine, oh my god, I can tell. Oh, Jennifer, what about it makes you uncomfortable? Talking about sex in public. That's what makes it uncomfortable for me. But I know that like this card came up for a reason, so that's why. Diane, this is an affirmation for me to continue working with cacao and bring others into it. Interesting. I've also heard of cacao ceremonies a lot, and like I don't know what it is. I don't know what it means. Jay, it speaks to me so much. Cool. Stephanie, it gives me a ton of sacral energy before you spoke. This is a very loud card. This is a very loud cow. This is a very loud card and speaks without words. Sacral energy. I mean, sacral is womb energy, is feminine. Sex is sacred energy exchange. Agreed. Gretchen, creativity versus self-destructive energy. I need that reminder. Lori, use our passions creatively. I like that, yeah. What brings you life force? Like, what ignites your life force? All facets of me are connected, including this. Strong feminine energy is a life force in all I do. Yes, the sacral energy is more than sexual. I just feel like I need to... this will make more sense when I do use my sacral energy to create a human. I feel like that's when this might click a little bit more. Diane says, I'm a cacao ceremony facilitator, and I haven't facilitated with others except close friends. This is a gentle affirmation to broaden that. Grateful. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, share your gift. If it brings you joy and if it comes easy to you, it's meant for you to show. Jay, sex, sacred energy exchange is very potent for me right now. Potent time for using our divine creative energy in tandem with waking up our cosmic consciousness here on Earth. I mean, I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I haven't opened this book yet, but I bought it about a year ago because I'm interested. I'm trying. Trying to get what that means. Jules, being mindful about engaging in my senses so it's not impulsive. More thoughtful what I need to work on. I like that, Jules. And that feels more, I don't want to get too deep into this, that the impulsive sacral energy feels masculine to me. You're like doing, you're outputting. Yang, masculine. Whereas if you sit back and you receive, feminine, you allow the universe to bring to you what lights up your sensuality. Wait, an opportunity to confront our sacred cacaos. I guess I still don't, I don't understand cacao. I know it's a plant. It's a bitter chocolate plant. That's all I know. I love you too, Christine. Did you mean chaos? An opportunity to confront our sacred chaos? Feminine energy is chaotic. Or so I've been told by spiritual teachers. Interesting. Thank you guys for digesting this with me. I'm trying to gain a deeper understanding of that card because it keeps coming up. It got to the point where I was chaos. It got to the point where I was about to even remove this card from this deck so that it wouldn't come up, but I knew that that would be me controlling the outcome, and yeah. All right, Bonnie, we can chat. Jacqui, same, not understanding this draw to cacao besides delicious chocolate cake. And I understand, like, again, I'm not trying to mock the sacredness of cacao. I'm sure it's huge. I just haven't been introduced to it yet. And I'm interested. I'm open to it. I would love to, here, universe, I would love to receive the meaning of sacred cacao. And we'll see what comes of that. Stephanie, first cards, calm waters, then boom, fire or heat. That's my vibe over here. I feel the same. Yeah, very like calming blue and soft violet, and then wapow. What are we learning about our feminine energy? Maybe I have a very masculine approach to life force because of programming. I don't know. I'm interested. I don't know. Suzanne, thank you very much for your donation as well. Alice, it's a heart-opening medicine and connection. Cacao, thank you. Okay, interesting, as typically refer to living in organized chaos and functioning best in that manner. Yeah, I get that. That's what I used to call my bedroom. My parents would tell me to clean it. I never cleaned my bedroom. Everything was everywhere, but I knew where everything was, and it worked for me. Jacqui says, Jacqui, you're killing us with your raw honesty today. I love you so much. Same. This is, growth comes through uncomfortability. So I'm growing. John says, yes, Stephanie, moving from the water element to fire. So what are we learning about our feminine energy is fire. That's not clicking for me. Jacqui says, connection to self and others. A nice ritual, a dopamine release. Cool. Stephanie, open your arms to feminine energy. Life force. Christine just can't. You're starting our day with so much joy and laughter. Awesome. Suzanne loves your sessions. I wake up and get so much from them. Lovely. Lovely. Thank you. Okay, says exactly. A larger desk is going to enter my life to allow me to sprawl everything out and see the components at once. You guys want to know the desk that I work on right now? It's literally a dinner table with a leaf in it. That's how big my space is. So, and I have stuff everywhere because I need it at moment's notice. I have this right here, and I sit in a different space when I journal, and I sit here when I work, and I have a dinner table as my desk. Jacqui just came back from an all-women's retreat. How beautiful the synchronicity. Oh, what a lovely time during the whole retrograde phase. All right. I'm at the point where I feel like I'm rambling and I'm stalling and I have things to do, so I am going to skedaddle for now. Stephanie says, are we moving from Pisces to something about Aries this month or next month? I could be wrong, jumbling all the information I receive daily. Not that I know of, because the stuff in Pisces, is going to take a long time. So, no, nothing recently moving to Aries. So I'm not sure where that came from, but I don't know. You'll figure it out. You'll receive exactly what you need to receive. I'll be back here on Wednesday to talk about Thursday's new moon. And then I'll be back on Wednesday and Friday, to talk about new moon and then Mercury direct. Mercury retrograde is almost over. 8:15 Central Time. That's my time slot. That's who I am. I just tried to do quick math and it was going slow. 14:5. 8:15, the time I come, you add them all up, you get a 5. I'm change. I'm here to change for you guys. I'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you guys for being here today. Thank you for sharing all of your wisdom and your comments and your insights and your life experiences and your opinions. Yeah, everything. Thank you for all the donations and the follows and the comments everywhere. And yeah, I love it. Thank you guys very, very much. Stephanie, we'll figure it out. John, it's been very intense. Thank you for being here, John. Christine, thank you. Alice, Lori, Daphne, Jonna, Stephanie. Good mornings are spent here with you. I love it too. That's why I'm stalling, because I don't want to leave, you know? When you're just having a good time, you're like, yeah, I should be going, but I'm having a good time here. Thank you, Jennifer, Wade, Alice, thank you kindly for your donation. Jacqui, awesome session. Beautiful. This will be up on my YouTube channel if you want to review the retrograde energies one more time. Sending love to all. Namaste. I hope you see yourself in me. Whatever that means. I'm here to mirror you back to you. So I hope that that's what you get sometimes.